In the early days of Israel's history, before kings ruled the land, the people lived under judges, and their spiritual condition was unstable. This is where the story of 1 Samuel begins, a powerful account of transition, leadership, obedience, and the rise of a king after God's own heart. The story opens with a woman named Hannah, who is deeply distressed because she cannot have children. In her anguish, she cries out to the Lord at the tabernacle, promising that if God gives her a son, she will dedicate him back to him. God hears her prayer, and she gives birth to a boy named Samuel. True to her word, Hannah brings Samuel to serve in the house of the Lord under the priest Eli. As Samuel grows, the spiritual state of Israel continues to decline. Eli's sons, who serve as priests, are corrupt and dishonor God. One night, while Samuel is still a young boy, he hears a voice calling his name. At first, he thinks it is Eli, but eventually realizes it is the Lord. This moment marks the beginning of Samuel's role as a prophet. God speaks through him and reveals that judgment is coming upon Eli's household because of their sin. As time passes, Samuel becomes recognized throughout Israel as a true prophet of God. Meanwhile, the Israelites face a major defeat against the Philistines and foolishly bring the Ark of the Covenant into battle as if it were a lucky charm. Instead of victory, they suffer even greater loss, and the Ark is captured. Eli dies upon hearing the news, and his family line comes to an end just as God had spoken. The Ark causes turmoil among the Philistines, bringing plagues and destruction wherever it goes, until they finally send it back to Israel. Under Samuel's leadership, the people repent and turn back to God, and the Lord grants them victory over their enemies. As Samuel grows older, the people of Israel begin to demand a king, so they can be like other nations. This request deeply grieves Samuel because it represents a rejection of God as their true king. God instructs Samuel to give the people what they want, but warns them about the consequences of having a human king. God leads Samuel to a man named Saul from the tribe of Benjamin. Saul is tall, impressive, and outwardly kingly. Samuel anoints him as the first king of Israel. At first, Saul shows humility and even achieves military success, gaining favor among the people. However, his obedience to God begins to falter. Saul's downfall starts when he takes matters into his own hands and offers a sacrifice that only a priest should perform. Later, he disobeys God's command to completely destroy the Amalekites, sparing their king and keeping the best of the livestock. Because of this disobedience, God rejects Saul as king. Samuel delivers the devastating message that obedience is better than sacrifice, and that God has chosen another to take Saul's place. God then sends Samuel to Bethlehem to anoint a new king from the sons of Jesse. One by one, Jesse's older sons pass before Samuel, but God rejects them all. Finally, the youngest son, David, is brought in from tending sheep. Though he is overlooked by others, God sees his heart. Samuel anoints David, and from that moment, the Spirit of the Lord is upon him. David soon enters Saul's service, first as a musician to soothe the king's troubled spirit, and then as a warrior. His defining moment comes when he faces the giant Goliath. While the entire army of Israel trembles in fear, David steps forward with faith in God. With nothing but a sling and a stone, he defeats Goliath, and his victory makes him a national hero. As David's popularity grows, Saul becomes increasingly jealous and paranoid. The same king who once welcomed David now seeks to kill him. David is forced to flee, living as a fugitive while remaining faithful to God. Despite having opportunities to harm Saul, David refuses, choosing instead to honor God's anointed king. Saul's condition continues to deteriorate as he distances himself from God. In desperation, he even seeks guidance from a medium, a clear violation of God's law. Meanwhile, David continues to gain strength, gathering loyal followers and trusting God through every trial. The book closes with a tragic battle between Israel and the Philistines. Saul and his sons, including Jonathan, are killed in battle. Saul takes his own life to avoid capture, bringing his troubled reign to an end. 1 Samuel is a story of beginnings and endings, of obedience and failure, of God's sovereignty in raising up leaders and removing them. It shows that outward appearance means nothing without a heart aligned with God, and it sets the stage for the rise of David, a king who would point forward to something even greater. If this breakdown gave you clarity and insight, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next chapter as the story of David continues in 2 Samuel.